Before we start this video, yes, I have seen the trailer for Godzilla King of the Monsters. My thoughts? It looks great. May can't get here fast enough for me to watch it. Moving along. Hello everybody, this is Goji73 here with some news. It's been a whole year since my last channel update, and I feel that quite a few things should be addressed regarding the future of the channel. Therefore, I figured I'd share some of those updates here in the meantime, so let's get started. First and foremost, the status of Godzilla and his amazing friends. For those of you who remember the poll I set up a few months ago asking which episode I should work on, and for those of you who are in the dark or have not been keeping up with my announcements on Facebook and Twitter, the poll has closed and the results are in. The winning monster of next episode's poll is Goldross. Therefore, I am proud to announce that the canned special, Gathering of the Kings, has officially resumed production. Initially, I wanted to make a little progress video on the special before announcing this, but because of the unforeseen circumstances regarding another series I'm a part of, as well as just life in general constantly screwing with me, I might as well drop the news now. Here's hoping everybody sees this before asking questions. With that said, I need to state something that a lot of people seem to have misinterpreted when I made this announcement video. Quite a few people I've spoken to, both online and at this year's G-Fest, mistakenly believe that the series will be remade in MMD, as well as that all future releases will be animated with the program as well. I want to go on record by stating right now that this is not true, nor was it ever the case. The only thing true about this rumor is that this only applies to special episodes, such as this one currently being made right now, as well as any other commemorative episodes, like the now on hiatus G-Fest special. Once Gathering of the Kings is finished and posted online, the series will return to its original stop-motion animated art style, so no worries about the whole series being 3D animated right now. As much as I would like to do so, that would cause the series to take much longer to make than it already takes right now. Now granted, there may be some scenes in which MMD is partially utilized, but it's not going to be used as much as figures, like the traditional way. One other rumor I want to put to rest is that this will not be the last episode of the series. That's not for a good long while. And for those of you who remember that one video I made a while back, that was just a hoax to raise awareness for the whole we can't have nice things on the internet because FCC thing. So yeah, this is not the last episode. You don't have to worry about that. That's not for a good while. Here's hoping many of you will still be around when I get to that point. Now, while production on the special episode is resuming, I want to assure all of my patrons that any and all videos I owe them are still exempt. Their stuff deserves my attention as well because of their generous support. Therefore, I will be alternating between working on any Patreon-related stuff, helping my crew and working together on Gathering of the Kings, and writing up on my next planned review series, The Hanna-Barbera Godzilla Show. I would like to at least get a few episodes of that out before the end of the year to at least commemorate the show's 40th anniversary, but no promises. As for my other review series, the Color Chamber Reviews, I will state once again that that will resume once I've finished my review of the Godzilla cartoon show, as well as once I've finished watching Ultra 7, so that's not going to be for a good while. Sorry people, but priorities. Speaking of Patreon, I'd like to touch on a Patreon update that will be made once this video is posted. Now that work on Godzilla and His Amazing Friends is on the horizon, I've added a few more perks to my $10 option. Backers for it now get to choose one of 3 different options that are all tri-annual. Option 1, Superpower Showcases. This is basically the same deal as before. People get to request a Superpower Showcase once every 4 months for their continued support. Some restrictions may apply, but we'll get to that bridge once we cross it. Option number 2, Budgetary Art Commissions. Basically, you can request any type of fan art commission you'd like within 4 months that fits within a $40 budget. Again, some restrictions may apply, so basically nothing naughty. After which, the next time you can order any more commissions is after the next 4-month cycle from whence you've pledged. Also, please note that the budget will reset every 4 months for continued support, so on the off chance that you couldn't spend your budget for free pictures, the budget will reset back to $40 for the next cycle. I can't take backlog commissions because that would be too time-consuming and distracting from work on Godzilla and His Amazing Friends. And to anyone who wants this option, the prices for my art commissions can be found on my DeviantArt page. And option number 3, exclusive behind-the-scene content of Godzilla and His Amazing Friends. Since the series is still being written at this point, you can get a sneak preview of what I have in store for the series. Backers can get access to storyboards, work-in-progress videos and sequences, and even the chance to offer some input if circumstances permit them. Also, keep in mind that requesting one of the 2 or 3 options for behind the scenes content also runs within the 4-month cycle period. So basically, you can only request storyboards for one episode, and then you have to wait for another 4 months, or you can get work in progress videos for 4 months, basically that sort of thing. I figured I'd implement these for those who decide to pledge this amount because, one, if I stick to the triannual superpower showcases continuously, people might run out of options really fast and that wouldn't be fair to anyone else who may be interested in ordering something that they can't. And two, because a little variety doesn't hurt. And now for something that I really need to discuss that may change the future of this channel. My toy reviews. There's no denying that for a long time, figure reviews have been a staple for this channel, for better or worse. I also would like to acknowledge that for the past few reviews, I was foreshadowing to something involving Red from the NES Godzilla creepypasta. Because it has been nearly 2 years since my last figure review, not counting showcases for people's custom works, I'm just going to go ahead and spill the beans on what they were supposed to build up to. I was actually hinting at a horror-themed gimmick review based on NECA's NES Godzilla figure, and was set to have it be uploaded on Halloween, since I wanted to try another gimmick review again, and for other reasons. However, I could not catch the deadline for it, and in addition to the unfortunate passing of Haruo Nakajima, ultimately the review was not made. I'm stating this right now because, if I'm being 100% honest, I'm just not interested in making toy reviews anymore. I've been seeing the fandom growing more and more bitter, derisive, and contemptuous towards toy reviews, either for being a substandard practice, or for not living up to some sort of quality standard set by other reviewers, like Steven's Toy Reviews, Diego Doom, Jobby the Hong, or some other up-and-coming reviewer. And I just find it discouraging that I can't really keep up with guys like them in talking about toys anymore. By the way, when I say this, I'm not knocking these guys or their work whatsoever. They're really nice dudes that know what they're talking about. What I don't like about this practice, again, is the fact that if you're not as good as them, then you're basically the subject of ridicule all because of some lack of charisma or some irrelevant element being put in these videos despite bringing up the exact same points as they do. And for that, I just don't feel comfortable doing this if what I do isn't good for whatever reason I'm not understanding. Not only that, but upon looking back on a lot of my older reviews, I can see that a lot of them haven't really aged well whatsoever. They were made during the time in which I was an up-and-coming member of the fandom, when I had somewhat of an ego trip, and a lot of them really show this, with bad language, inaccurate information, and just me being a total dick when I didn't need to be. It's for these reasons that I've also been heavily contemplating on placing a very big chunk of them as unlisted videos, simply because I'm just not happy with them anymore. Now, does this mean I will be deleting my old videos? No. Well, or at least not exactly. Does this mean I'm not going to make toy reviews anymore? Well, no, and yes. No, because I still owe a few people some showcases I told them I would make long ago, and I do intend on following through on them. And yes, because after that, the possibility of making them is highly up in the air from now on. What with all the other projects I already have on my plate and the ones I want to pursue, unless I can come up with a new style I'm happy with that is simple, informative, easy to make, and ages well all at the same time, then any and all future toy reviews will remain on the back burner until further notice. I'm sorry if this may disappoint many of you, but it is what it is. And so that does it for this recent announcement. Look forward to Godzilla and his amazing friends making some progress very soon. Patreon now has a few more options, and toy reviews will be back at some point, but not for a good long while. Until then, see you later.